this. Take a few deep breaths.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this in front of you.
It's okay. I'm concerned about you, though. Does anybody else know that
I'm
you're
just
good?
having a bad night.
Okay, well, maybe you should take some time off.
Nicholas doesn't believe me, and I'm trying to convince him that I'm telling the truth for once.
Don't do this to yourself, please.
I've known since the night Jake got hit, and I didn't tell anybody. It's a miracle that Lucky even believes me.
Okay, well, you know what? Sometimes we lie. Lucky's a good guy and everything, and he's lied too. I mean, I've lied flat out.
I was just trying to do the right thing for Aiden
I
and
know,
for Jake.
I know, and then your lies catch up to you and they sort of blow up in your face. I've been there. I know what it's like.
I regret not telling the truth, but I don't know what to do.
Nothing. Breathe. Just be silent and still. Nicholas and Lucky will figure it out, how they want to react. Don't put pressure on yourself about that.
I can see why you and Jason are so compatible. You're the least judgmental people I've ever met.
Come on, we have no room to judge anyone, especially you.
Do you believe me?
Yeah, I do. And I know Jason will too.
I mean, if you could go back and change what we did, you know, the lie, saying that I was Michael's father, would you do that?
Why are you asking me that question?
Okay, what did you learn from it?
If you're expecting me to say that I was wrong and that I should have never lied to AJ and Michael would have been better off, do not hold your breath.
I'm just saying, what did you learn from making choices for Michael?
I hate what my son has been through, Jason, and yeah, most of it's my fault. But the smartest thing I ever did was run 10 blocks in the rain to your door. I've made plenty of mistakes since, but that night I made the right choice. I'm sure Edward wouldn't agree, but...
I'm sure he wouldn't.
I'm just so afraid that Michael's going to hear Edward's side of the story and he's going to spin it and make it sound like that Sonny and I destroyed AJ, and that's not what happened. AJ destroyed himself.
I don't know about that.
Okay, yeah, all right. Edward and Alan helped. I get that. They kept comparing him to you and wanting him to live up to you, and that was never going to happen. But it's a mess in that house. You know that. And why would we want Michael around that family?
AJ's gone. Alan's gone. Edward is alone. You know, maybe he learned from what he did wrong.
What if he didn't? I'm so afraid that Michael's going to go down the same road that AJ went down, and that Edward's going to start comparing Michael to you, and then Michael's going to try and live up to you and want to be like you, and then what if he starts hating himself, and what if he starts comparing himself, and I just don't want that to happen.
Carly. Michael is not AJ. He's not me. He's himself. And he's got to make his own choices and
I
live his
know.
life.
I've heard it so many times. And if I didn't love you so much, I'd hit you right now.
For what?
Because you're wanting me to do the hardest thing in the world for me to do. Nothing. I don't know how to do nothing.
Just focus on the custody. Focus on Josh and Michael's gonna be fine.
What if he's not? What if he hates me?
You might drive him crazy sometimes. But he is never gonna hate you.
You better be right about that.
Jason?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so this is kind of uncomfortable, so I would rather just say it and deal with it. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to figure out how I'm supposed to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, Elizabeth called me over, which I thought was kind of weird because we're not really what you would call close friends, you know? And I walk in there and she is upset. Not the kind of upset where you're crying upset. She was more manic.
I'm sorry, that must have been tough.
Yeah, well, there was a bunch of Jake's things laying on the floor, and there were some clothes and some toys, and she told me, she's like, go ahead, take a bunch of this stuff for Jason, whatever you want. And then all of a sudden she stops me and she says that she's changed her mind.
Well, I think Elizabeth should have Jake's things anyway.
Yeah, I think it was just an excuse. Elizabeth wanted to tell me something that she couldn't bring herself to tell you.
Yeah? What's that?
Aiden is Lucky's.
Not Nicholas's?
Apparently, she had a paternity test done a couple of months ago, and for whatever reason, she didn't say anything, probably because of Jake. But she has told Lucky, and he believes her. He's okay with it. Nicholas, on the other hand, doesn't believe her because he says that she's done this before.
Yeah, because she lied about Jake.
I know. I feel really bad for her. Jason, she's trying to make amends with everyone. I think that's why she brought me over there, to get a bunch of his things to bring with you. I think she just wants everything to be okay.
What'd you tell her?
I told her to stand still and breathe and not to worry, because Nicholas and Lucky will have to figure this out on their own and react however they want to react, and she can't change that, and the harder she tries, she's just going to make things worse for herself.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah, well, I speak from experience. When we fell apart, I had to find my way back to you.
Do you ever wonder why you bothered? I mean, we did so much damage to each other. Why didn't you just write me off?
Oh, I tried. I did. I wanted to hate you forever. I just knew that I wouldn't.
How'd you know that?
I don't know. There's just something about you. When I'm with you, I don't have to think about being anyone except myself.
That's because you're perfect.
Perfect.
Except for your cooking. You're perfect.
Sit down. Okay, I want to ask you something, and I want you to give me the first answer that comes to your head. No editing at all.
No.
No what?
No. I'm not going to answer that question because whatever I say is going to be wrong.
No. It can't be wrong as long as you say how you feel.
See, those are the worst kind of questions because you say you don't want me to edit, but if I don't say what you want to hear, then your feelings get hurt.
Oh,
and we're
stop. I am not some delicate little flower.
Sam, I know that I've been busy, and if you want to go away, it's just a really bad time.
Bad time?
Right
I
now.
know, it's
Yeah,
always a bad time, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, then if it's about Spinelli, I don't know
Oh, will
which
you let me just ask my question, please? Please.
Fine, go ahead.
Okay. So, when I called you from the hospital and told you that they were going to give me a pregnancy test, what was your first response? I mean, were you sad? Or were you worried? What? And just be honest.
Well, I thought it would be cool.
Cool. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.